es a mariachi boreales. Boreales. Muy bien. Entonces, vamos a compartir, compartir.
You're not going where the rest of it.
Yeah, yeah. Like those Mexican. That would be hilarious. Muy bien. Perfecto. Entonces, la idea es ir muy rápido con... Muy bien. Vamos a comenzar primero. We're going to start first con la fecha de hoy. We're going to start with today's date. Muy bien. Hola, hola. Ah, hoy, hoy es el, hoy es el martes. Hoy es el martes. Hoy es el martes. Número 18. ¿Sí? ¿Sí? Hoy es el martes 18, 18, 18. Hoy es el martes 18. Hoy es el martes 18. ¿De qué mes? ¿De qué mes? Febrero. Febrero de febrero de 2025. De 2025. En español, cuando ustedes dicen los años, when you're saying years in Spanish, rather than saying 1973, 2025, 1950, we say 1920 or 1900. So in this case, it's 2000, 2025. To say 2025, and so to say 2000, we say 2000, 2000, 2000, and then 25 would be 25, 2025. There's going to be one class where we're going to, I'll in 45 minutes, I'll get you learning numbers from 0 to millions. Okay, but for now, let's go realistic. Let's go. Hoy es el martes at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 18. Muy bien. De febrero. Perfecto. De 2025. Now we'll do it professional way in Español. At the count of 3, we'll do it together. I'll do it first, one more time. I'll say, hoy es el martes 18 de febrero de 2025. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it. De febrero de 2025. 25. ¿Ok? Nosotros, aquí hay tres maneras que nosotros siempre nos presentamos. Whenever we are introducing ourselves, so we use any of these three expressions, right? Yo soy, yo soy, yo soy, yo soy, yo soy. Could we all say that? Yo soy, uno, dos, tres. Could we say, mi nombre es uno, dos, tres? Or could we say, me llamo, uno, dos, tres? Perfecto. The good news is that pretty soon we're going to analyze all these expressions by getting to know all these verbs. Will be conjugating verbs to the point that I'll be able to introduce myself and I'll be able to introduce other people to say, oh, this is my partner, this is my daughter, this is my husband, this is, etc., etc. I will be very versatile that way. So then we learned a couple of things. May I close the door, or do you mind if I close the door? Gracias, muchas gracias. Okay, so as we always say, repetition is the key. The foundation of our journey here was these 5 sounds here, these 5 vowels. Okay, so could we go with those 5 vowels? Actually, okay, very solid. A, E, I, O, U. Muy bien. By starting this foundation, what we want to do then, when we add a consonant, one consonant at a time, they turn into syllables, and the combination of those syllables into words. And the idea, because you're really familiar with this, is to increase vocabulary, but at the same time to come up with patterns. Like tonight, I want to go home with, yeah, I master these patterns. Now I'm going to start using my textbook in order to start enhancing all this, but using this and start like continue communicating, because you've been communicating from day one. So we said A, E, I, O, U, and then this combination was what? Pa, E, O. Beautiful. And then I put here as a solid little premise, when you're analyzing your textbook, there's a section here that is telling you guide to pronunciation. This is what we were practicing, and then you have this formula, emphasis in a word. So when a word, and the good news is that now the video, and thank you, you're going to get this video in order to practice at home. So this is very solid. If a word ends in a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, N, or S, you stress the second last syllable right here. And this is what we were practicing. Remember when we were practicing to speak, but then you said, I speak. And then when you pronounce those 2 words, then you see the difference. Because in this case, to say I speak, it ends in a vowel. So then you say hablo, and remember that the H is silent, right? Let's do it. Hablo. And then anything ending in a vowel, N or S, second last syllable is your stress. So when you say pipe, you say what? Pipa. Hablo pipa. So that is described with the stressing a word on the second last syllable when it ends in A, E, I, O, U, N, or S. Now, the second premise is this. If a word ends in a consonant, okay, in a consonant other than N or S, okay, you stress the last syllable. And this is interesting because when you want to say to speak, you say hablar because it ends in a consonant. Hablar. Could we say hablar? Uno, dos, tres. And then, oh, this one ends in a vowel. You say hablo. Beautiful. On your own. Could you say to speak in Spanish? And now say I speak. But don't say hablo because it ends in a vowel. So the emphasis is hablo. Hablo. Second last syllable. Let's do it again. Now let's go to that slide. And since we are familiar with those slides already, you know what I'd like you to do? In one shot, for the first slide, go with the first 5 words, okay? And the first 5 words in a row. You'll go. They all end in a vowel. So the emphasis is on the second last syllable. Boom. So boom, 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 boom. Except the last word, which is dad, because it has an accent. Whenever there's a written accent, doesn't matter what is the ending of that word. Follow the written accent, and then you put the emphasis there. So, having said that, I would go pipa. Beautiful. Pepe. Papa. Pipo. Papa. And now I really want you to feel comfortable going pipa, pepe, papa, pipo, papa. Uno, dos, tres. Pipa, pepe, papa, pipo, papa. Beautiful. And then we introduced the concept of masculine and feminine, right? And we said that a word will be masculine when the word ends in O, and it'll be feminine when it ends in A. But there are exceptions. And there, like today, we are going to go with all the exceptions, and we're going to go with all those endings that would be feminine. And I really want you to feel like, oh, I'm so solid with this masculine and feminine, adding the article, the definite article, the. And we said the definite article, the, has 4 words. Could you give me the first word, which is masculine singular, feminine singular, and masculine plural, and feminine plural. Okay, so we want to advance very quickly with this. Oh, look at this, an exception. This word ends in a, but it's actually a masculine word. So, and we know that this is the word to say map. How would you say the map? El mapa, beautiful. Now, could you please give me those 3 words, being very solid, because tonight we have to consolidate, and I want you to feel comfortable with Spanish. Give me those 3 words with their corresponding article. You'll go this way, the 2 ones here, and then the 3rd one here. At the count of 3, go with them. Uno, dos, tres. ¿Sí? ¿Sí? Perfecto. That's perfection. That's perfection. So, la pipa, la papa, pepe, pipo, papa. Same concept. Now we have 5 new words here. We have pila, palo, pala, and pelo. Could you say those 5 words, please? And starting with ala. Uno, dos, tres. Ala. My mistake, because we'll start with ala at the count of 3, and then we'll go to pipa. Uno, dos, tres. Ala, pila, palo, pala, pelo, pelo. Beautiful. Now, on the spot, and we discussed this. Ala, although it ends in a, which is a feminine word, but for pronunciation purposes, we don't say la ala for words with 1 syllable or 2 syllables. Longer words, doesn't matter. You would put la, but in this case, for 1 or 2 syllable words, feminine starting with a, say el ala. Un, dos, tres. How we say the fountain? How we say the stick? How will you say the shovel? The hair. That's solid. That's solid. Now, repetition, repetition, repetition. We'll go la pipa. And for proper names, these are nicknames. We're not going to put the article the for now. I will go la pipa, Pepe, la papa, Pipo, el papá. Uno, dos, tres, go. La papa, Pipo, and el papá. Give me these 5 new words here. Count to 3. We'll start with el ala. Uno, dos, tres. El pelo. Now, it's basic, but we have 10 words, and then pretty soon we're going to start using all those words, and then we're going to switch to the content of your textbook, and you'll see how these patterns that we're building, now you're going to add more stuff there, and then you'll feel, I could use this in my next trip. That's the goal for tonight's class. In the second slide here, we introduced another consonant. Could you please go with those syllables at the count of 3? Uno, dos, tres. Beautiful. Could you please give me these three words adding the article la or el, knowing that mapa is a masculine word? At the count of 3, go with the mom, which is? Could you please go with the dove? And could you go with the map? Perfecto. You said la mamá, la paloma, el mapa. Excellent. Now, just for pronunciation purposes, and I think you already did it, you added the article in these 8 words. At the count of 3, we'll go together. Masculine, feminine, we'll go with el or la. At the count of 3, we start with número 1. Uno, dos, tres. La mamá, 2. El memo, 3. La mula, 4. La lima, 5. La mala, 6. El mapa, 7. La amapola, 8. La paloma, la paloma. And now, could you please give me a little bit of fluency? Because, as I said, we're going to use all this vocabulary, and then we're going to add all that. They will sound a little bit silly, but we are building patterns. We're going to use all this vocabulary into patterns, and then we'll switch to the book, and then you'll see how you're going to start building. And this is what I was telling you, Kathy. I wish I knew how to tell this person in Mexico that I wanted this and that. We are aiming for that. So picture yourself with some sentences. As soon as we get into more vocabulary, oh, that's the way you would say. So next time you'll be able to use it. So in a very natural way, I'll do it first, and then we'll do it together. From 1 to 8, I'll say la mamá, el memo, la mula, la lima, la mala, el mapa, la amapola, la paloma. 1, 2, 3. La mula, la lima, la mala, el mapa, la amapola, la paloma. Then we encounter our first sentence. Number 4 and 5 is the second sentence where we are adding an actual verb. Okay, could we say amo a mi mamá? 1, 2, 3. Amo a mi mamá. We're going to be using this with the new vocabulary there. We are saying, I love my mom. Now, as I mentioned the other class, this only has a function, doesn't have a translation. Because when you translate this, you say, I love my mom. And you didn't translate that a. That a only has the function of introducing a person when you add the object. If the object is a person, you must put that little word a. For example, what if I want to say, I love my dad? Same sentence, but now I'm changing just papá. Could we say, amo a mi papá? 1, 2, 3. Amo a mi papá. what if I want to say, I love my friend? How do you say that? Muy bien. Amo a mi amigo. Let's make it now feminine. Uno, dos, tres. A mi amiga. And impress me with any other words that you know that would be people. You might know uh, maybe brother, hermano. You want to say a brother? But you know what? Here we're here to learn. Now, let's go with the several words that you could use saying I love. So you said amo a me. And let's go with options. That is I love my. So let's go with hermano. Hermano. Uno, dos, tres. Brother. So what would be sister? Correcto, hermana. And this one, I'm sure you know this one. Tío. What's tío? Uncle. So do we know how to say auntie? Tía. Correcto. Now, pattern. How we say, I love my uncle. Perfecto. Perfecto. And now love your auntie. I mean, tía. And this one is beautiful here. Abuela. Abuela, what would that be? Grandmother. Do you love your grandmother? I love my grandmother. Okay, so let's say so. Uno, dos, tres. Now, how about grandfather? Otherwise, he'll be sad. Abuelo. Amo a mi abuelo. How about this? How about this one? Hijo. Hijo. It's a kind of hard word to pronounce because the H is silent and the J sounds like an H. Okay? Let's say hijo. Perfecto. That's perfect pronunciation. And hijo is son. My son. I love my son. Hijo. Hijo. And let's put it together. Let's say, I love my son. Amo a mi hijo. Uno, dos, tres. Let's go with I love my daughter. So go for it. Perfecto. Amo a mi hija. You see, all those words are related to people. So that's why you're saying amo a. Okay. If it was not people, if it was things, you wouldn't put the a. For example, what if I want to say, I love music? I would say, amo la música. Amo la música. Música is not a person. So I wouldn't put the little word a. And amo and la música. Amo. For example, what if I said amo and I put it with a comma here? Amo. La comida. Whoa, I love food. Amo la comida. You see, I didn't put that word a before because this is not people. Okay, perfect. So let's. Oh, excelente, excelente. Let's put it right here. Amo a mi nieto. Nieto is grandson. Nieto. Let's all say that. Nieto. Muy bien. And how about granddaughter? Nieta, señor. Muy bien. Nieta. Amo a mi nieta. And if that was plural, amo a mis nietos. And for the plural, and I'll put it separately here. amo, in this case, I would make the word my, I would make it plural as well. Okay, so what if I wanted to say I love my children, sons and daughters? So I would say amo a mis hijos, amo a mis hijos, amo a mis hijos. And here comes a little phonetic challenge, because when you're listening to this, it'll sound like a long word. And actually, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 words. So what's happening is that we would link vowel and vowel. We would link all that. We would say amo a. You would say amo a, amo a. And then consonant, and the H is silent, consonant vowel, you would link it as well. You'll say mis hijos, mis hijos, because think about it. Sí, hijos, mis hijos, mis hijos. Could we say that at the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. That's so perfect. Now we are going to link this amo a. It'll sound like one word. Amo a. 1, 2, 3. And then amo a mis hijos. Amo a mis hijos. 1, 2, 3. Excelente. You know what we forgot here? Ay, ay, ay. Amo a mi esposa. She was wondering, so my husband is not going to love me? He has to say so. And then your husband will say, now you say that you love your husband. Esposo. Amo a mi esposo. Amo a mi esposa. Okay. And what if you wanted to say, I don't want to say my husband. I don't want to say my boyfriend. I want to say my partner. Like, okay, the word to say like my significant others without specifying that is your husband or your boyfriend or girlfriend, spouse. So you would say, amo a mi pareja. Pareja is literally is couple, but we use it as my partner, my significant other, my partner, a mi pareja, mi pareja. Okay.
As one word, but it looks like it's written like amo in this.
Oh, in here. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's on one word. It's on one word. One word. Yeah. Amo a mí. Okay. Now, this is for pronunciation purposes. And now we understood that just has a function. And we translated it as I love my mom. I love my dad. And for fluency, we said amo a mi mamá. Amo a mi papá. Could you say those two sentences once more? One of this? Perfecto. Then we got into this letter D, and for pronunciation purposes, is the sound is a little bit more fricative rather than da. It would be the da de di do do da de di do do. Count to 3. You're on. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. How would this word ends in a vowel? We stress the second last syllable. How we say dice? Dado. How we say finger? Dedo. Excelente. Now, could you read this column from 1 to 4 in a very, very accurate way? At the count of 3, you start. 1, 2, 3. Dado. Dedo. Duda. Dime. Beautiful. And in your handout, could you make sure that for number 3, when you say duda, that means doubt. When you say, Jorge, I have a doubt. And then number 4, when you say dime, and this dime is all one word. It's not separated as it looks here. Dime means say to me or tell me. Dime, dime, dime. Duda, dime. And now comes this part here. We learned the word pala. What was pala? Shovel. What was la pala? The shovel. And what was Pepe? Joe. Perfect. And what was the word they? Of. Outstanding, Kathy. Look at you. Now, you're saying the shovel of Pepe. But that's not the way we would say it. We would go with, oh, Joe's shovel rather than the shovel of Joe. So it's when we got, so we went, I'll go right here and I'll put it in a different page. This pattern here, please, 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 whenever in English you have this situation with uh, like a person who owns something. So in this case, oh, Joe owns a shovel, the shovel of Joe. Whenever you have that apostrophe S, please do not hesitate. Don't start with the first item. Start with the second item because you're not talking about Joe, you're talking about the shovel of Joe. So here, let's do several exercises. So I want to say Joe's shovel. I start with the shovel, and then I turn this into of, and then I continue with Joe. Okay? Can we say la pala de Pepe? Uno, dos, tres. Now, here I'm going to test your vocabulary. What if I wanted to say my, and I put it in English first? Here I'll go with my mom's friend. And you make it feminine or masculine, you choose. How do you translate this? My mom's friend. Go for it. La amiga de mi mamá. La amiga de mi mamá. And that was perfect. That was so perfect. I'll hit you with a longer sentence because, as I said, we're building patterns here. You're talking with the native speaker of the language, and oh, before we do that, remember when we were dealing with a couple of practical words to describe things? We learned how to say is and are, but as descriptions. Remember these ones here? To say is as a description, I'll put there description. Description. The singular and the plural. Could we say es? Could we say son? And one more thing to remember. When you're dealing with adjectives or descriptive words, and when we get into our book, you'll see like, ooh, I can say so many things now. All adjectives will have to agree in gender and number with the main words, right? For example, we have the word good. Okay, let's go with the four words at the count of three. Uno, dos, tres. Bueno, buena, buenos, buenas. Okay, same thing with bad. Perfecto, perfecto. Now we have that concept. And then for plural, if a word ends in a vowel, you simply add an S, right? For example, remember the word stick? Palo. How we say the stick? How we say the sticks, plural? Los palos, because you only add an S, because it ends in a vowel, right? And now you know how to say are. Son Now you were using those sticks and they are bad. Oh, so how we say the sticks are bad? Muy bien, muy bien. Los palos son malos. Los palos son malos. Another concept for the negative. We're consolidating tonight, eh? Remember when you're describing, right? You say es or son, and then you want to make it negative. Simply put the word no in front before the verb, not after as in English. In English, you say, oh, he is not. But in Spanish, we would say, he not is. For example, in this case, when you say, la paloma no es negra, what are you saying? The dove is not black. And then, la paloma es blanca, what are you saying? Okay, so in a couple of minutes, when we go into adjectives in your book, you'll see how you're going to put all this together. Now you have all that. Let's go back to this pattern with this one. La amiga de mi mamá. What if my sentence was? Okay. This is your targets. You went to a restaurant. The food was not good. So, and you want to say, oh, you know what, your rest, the rest, the restaurant, the restaurant's food is not good. You're giving advice to this person. Oh, let's go to that restaurant. No, 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 no. The restaurant's food is not good. How will you say that in Spanish? I'm challenging you now. But is the word food singular or plural? Singular. Therefore, la comida. And I'll explain the why I'm putting that L here. La comida del restaurante. La comida del restaurante no es buena. No es buena. Okay. At the count of three, we have our sentence and we'll say it. Uno, dos, tres. La comida del restaurante no es buena. And of course, right after restaurante, you put the name of the restaurant, and then poor restaurant is going to go out of business. Okay? La comida del restaurante no es buena. Okay? So you're solid now with this pattern here with la pala de Pepe. So you ended up saying Joe's shovel. Number two, how would you, let's pronounce it first. Let's say, la lima de mi papá. Uno, dos, tres. How will you translate it? Perfecto. My dad's file, or also lima could be the lime, the citric, right? The lime. La lima de mi papá, my dad's file or my dad's line, right? And now, one more thing here. You have the word dame, number three. Could you please say dame? Uno, dos, tres. Dame. And now say deme. And those two words are all one word. When you say dame, all one word, deme, all one word. Both words there would mean give me, give me. Now, what is the difference? We learned, and I'm sure you're familiar with this concept. We know that in Spanish, if I want to say, we'll be greedy tonight. We'll be so greedy. If I want to say I in Spanish, what will you say? Perfect. If I wanted to say you singular, oops, I put it in the wrong place. You singular, perfecto, and singular, and then familiar. And you were all right on. You all said tú. And this tú, when you write it down, it has an accent. Where did the accent go? I don't know. It just opened something here. It's tú. Okay. What if I wanted to say you formal? You. Oh, you're the best. Oh, you should go to level 5 or something. I'll talk to administration. Oh, these students, they are fooling us here. They know more than what we thought. Would you know how to say she? Perfecto. The only thing I would polish there, whenever you have a double L, ella. Oh, perfect. Ella. And what if I wanted to say he? Oh, you're the best. And look at this emphasis in the writing. You already learned the word el without accent means the, right? But in written form, to say he is the same word, but with an accent. Okay? Now, as you can see, in Spanish, we have two ways of addressing a person by saying you singular. One is the formal, and the other one is the informal. Are we fine with that? Yes? I'm saying all that because in this case, when you say give me, which is dame or deme, you have to make the distinction. And this is very sensitive because when you're addressing a person this way, if you're using the wrong protocol, that person might take it as, oh, you're arrogant because you know that you don't know that I have power here because I'm the chief of this office, right? So that's the thing with Spanish. So in this case, this dame means give me familiar. And deme is give me formal. Okay. So for example, you're at the airports and this immigration officer has your passports and you want to tell that immigration officer, hey, Mr. Immigration Officer, give me my passport back, please. If you use the informal, he will give you her time. I guess he'll put all his authority in terms of like, excuse me, like I'm the boss here. So be aware of that. So in this case, give me both times, but the first one, dame, is familiar. The second one is deme. Now, oh, remember how to say food? Comida. Okay. Mom, give me food, please. How will you say that? And in this case, we could go with a familiar. Perfecto. Mamá, dame la comida, por favor. Okay. And then how will you say, oh, my sweetheart, give me money. So we should say, give me money. Muy bien, dame dinero. But now make it more formal. Deme dinero, deme dinero. Give me my passport. Mi pasaporte. Mi pasaporte. Say that. And then por favor. Now, formal. Deme mi pasaporte, por favor. Oh, sí, sí, sí. Aquí está. Perfecto. Okay. Now, that was all these parts for those two slides. And then this third slide here is touching on something interesting. And I made a little comment for this one. As you can see, this only has kakoku, right? Kakoku. Could we say those three syllables, please? Uno, dos, tres. Beautiful. The reason why you only said kakoku there is because of this. During our first class, we were analyzing pronunciation of some sounds. When you have the letter C, what you'll have to remember is that this letter will have three different sounds. Okay, the first sound will be the sound k, for this combination. Ka, ko, ku. There we have our. Could we go with these three syllables on the count of three starts? Perfect. Okay, and then you'll have which is what we are practicing here. Ka, ko, ku. All these ones here. Oh no, the next ones. Ka, ko, ku. We're going to practice those first, and then we're going to go with the other sounds. Could you please go with the bed? Kama. Beautiful. And one thing here, whenever you want to say that something is little and add it to the word, you just add for the feminine word the little ending ita. And if it's masculine, ito. Okay, how does that work? For example, the word kama is masculine or feminine? Feminine. So here we're saying as a feminine word, I'm saying cama, and I'm going to go with la cama. La cama. It's a feminine word, but now I'm going to turn that into the little bed. Just like that. La camita. La cama, la camita. I'll give you another word here. So you have the word cola. Cola is a tail, like an animal tail. So you say la cola. What if I want to say, oh, the little tail? Correcto, la colita, la colita. Now, another word here. You have the word copa. Copa is a cup, like that, a cup. La copa, la copa, la copa. Okay. So how we say the little cup? Perfecto. And here, then, what if someone was saying, oh, ¿quieres una copita de vino? Do you want a little cup of wine? You know that it'll be like a regular size, but just to justify, oh, so it's a little cup. La copita, la copita. So, and we discussed this too. When you're traveling, uh, in those Spanish-speaking places, they will, for affection, they will try to turn your names, adding the ita or ito, but for affection. For example, my name is Jorge. And my mom used to call me Jorgito. Little Jorge. So what if my name was Juan? Juan. So in that case, Juanito, and I'm sure you've heard their name, Juanito. Okay. In your traveling experiences, have you experienced that with people trying? In your case, yes. Oh, that's so gordo. Gordo is heavy, is fat. But guess what? Gordito. Gordito is my little chubby little thing. So it's not harsh. It's like, are you calling me fat? No, you're my little chubby gordito. And actually it's a common thing among significant others. Oh, gordito, pásame la sal. Oh, my little chubby, pass me the salt, please. You've heard it, gordito. And same thing with, for example, the opposite, flaco or flaca, skinny, common thing. Hola, flaquito, flaquito. But here, check it out. And here I'm going to introduce the other two sounds. These wouldn't work. This would not work, and we'll have to do something to, like, for spelling. And I'm going to continue explaining here what we started. We said that for the combination of a, o, u, you produce it as ka, ko, ku, right? But then for the combination of the other two vowels, you have to use the sound in Latin America. So here you would say te. And here you would say si. Te, si. Look at that. Oh, that's a big change. Se, si. Could you go with 5 vowels and with the 2 distinctive sounds? Impress me, please. Uno, dos, tres. Ka, ko, ku. Next. Se, si. Perfect. In Spain, this combination will get this sound, TH. Okay? The same combination, A, E. And here is where you're practicing your TH. So you would say T, and here T, 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 in Spain. And I'll put it here. España. En España. España.
Not Barcelona, Barcelona.
That's exactly what it is. Think about it. Look at this. Barcelona, Barcelona. And you'll hear people in Spain, in Madrid, in Barcelona, saying this word here. Oop. Gracias, gracias. Now you can tell why these guys is no, they don't have a lisp. It's because it's because of, and like even like numbers. For example, this number right here. Here we have the 2 sounds. But if you're in Barcelona, you don't say cinco, you'll say cinco, cinco, cinco. And this beverage here, she wouldn't know. She wouldn't know. She's too young. But you would know. You would know. Right. And it's not only for the CECI, it's also for the Z. The Z would have that th sound as well. Therefore, Kathy, that's you would be talking like that in your next trip to Spain. You have to talk like that, and can you imagine like being greedy and ordering 5 of these ones? You got it. Can you imagine after drinking those 5 cervezas? Bah, 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 bah.
So for yourself that learns Latin American,
Yeah.
when you go to Spain.
Oh, it's my my kids always like, here my dad goes again. Like because I'm good at picking up accent. So I start talking with the local accent. When we've been to Argentina, for example, they have a very distinctive accent in Argentina, and it doesn't take you long picking up that accent. Same thing in Spain. Uh, but then of course they would know. Oh no, you have a different accent. Oh yeah, because I'm from Chile. Oh, no wonder. Okay, it's the same thing when you have people from coming from New Zealand or from Australia or from New Zealand, so they would have that distinctive accent. So, but this is very 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 distinctive from Spain. So now you know is the combination of whatever word that you have the CE, CI, or Z over there. You must have that the the sound.
Well, that makes sense. Like, no, the first time.
Yeah.
We were there a couple years ago, I thought the guy was like people, and then you're like, what's going on?
So does that sound
The as well.
in just in Spain or
Just in Spain, just in Spain, just in Spain, and we don't have the sound z. So it would be cervezas, cervez. The Z, never try the Z, the English Z. No. In Latin America, S and Z, same sound. For example, here, this word here to say shoes. Zapatos, but in Spain they would say zapatos, 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 5 zapatos, 5 cervezas. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. But my recommendation is this: like, nothing wrong going with what we call it standard. What you're learning in standard Spanish. You're not learning Chilean. Because if I spoke Chilean Spanish, you would not understand me because it's very different and distinctive. So I get into this is standard Spanish that would be understood anywhere.
so how different is it? Is actually in
The thing is that for Chilean accent, there would be like endings. We would not pronounce the S's, the final S's, you see. And even this is interesting because remember what we were doing here for this? In Argentina, in Uruguay, to say, are you familiar? They have a different pronoun, which is the pronoun vos, which is only in that part of South America, in Argentina and Uruguay. And in Chile, we have something similar, but a little bit distorted, you see, because rather than saying vos, we say vo, right? So that would confuse if I...
sorry, so I thought there's no B sounds. Are you saying both?
Bo, boss. And this one, once we get into verb conjugation, you'll see that this even has its own conjugated form to say you familiar. And I'll give it to you as reference. Once we start conjugating verbs, I'll go, oh, remember when we were talking about the Argentine, you familiar? This is the one, and this is the conjugation. Because we have to be realistic. It's so common to have people from all over the world speaking Spanish. So you have people talking with a Spanish accent. Now you know exactly how to spot that because of the th. And now, how would you produce it? C-E, C-I, or Z. And now, one more thing, because we want to say oh, my little chubby, and now we want to say, oh, my skinny little one. Okay. For skinny, we say flaco or flaca, but we were talking about the C, right? The only way of having the combination of E or I sounding like, because I have here ka, ko, ku, right? And we've been doing ma, me, mi, mo, mu, la, le, li, lo, lu. And here I want to have ka, ke, ki, ko, ku, ke, ki, ke, ki, ke, ki, ke, ki, ke, ki. Oh, I get it. Here I have my ke, 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 ke. Could we pronounce these two syllables, please? Say ke.
Okay.
Say ki. Now go with the whole thing. What will you say here? Ka, ko, ku. What will you say here in Latin America? Se, si. What will you say here in Spain? Se, si. What will you say this? Doesn't matter, Latin America or Spain? Que, ki. You got it. Que, ki. Now, our target was, we said, where did I put it? Here, you said gordito, gordita. And here we have the word flaco, 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 right? What if I did this? Flac. I need to keep that sound. But now I'm adding ito, right? But this won't work because if I read it, it would be placito. Plus, I said CI is right, placito, or if you're in Spain, placito. I need to get that plaquito. Ah, boom, plaquito. And you are familiar with this other word, poco. What's poco? Correcto. But now let's make it even less. You heard it, right? But now, how would you spell it? This would not work because this would be posito. How will you write it then? Poquito, un poquito. And that's so popular in Spanish. When they, for example, ¿hablas español? Un poquito. ¿Quieres tequila? Un poquito. Dos X, por favor. Muy bien. Now, pay attention to this concept of phonetics, because then once we start conjugating verbs, then this will make like a big impact in terms of you have to change the spelling of endings because you need to keep some sounds. Okay. Now this was the purpose of all this was to introduce sounds. But now let's see with the patterns that we have collected already. Let's go with your textbook here. Okay, in your textbook, when you go to, could you please go? What page number is this? Oh, the Roman numbers. This is 11, where it says Guide to Pronunciation. Are you there? Perfect. So you have that's XY or XI, which is 11 in Roman numbers. Okay, so you have that guide of pronunciation, and we are so familiar with this saying a, e, I, o, u, and even to say and the Y, we say it the same way, e. Okay, then the consonants. This is what they were saying. There's no difference in Spanish for the b or the v, right? And then the ch sound. Then right after that you have the two sounds, the in dog when it occurs, blah blah blah. Then last class we were doing the let's do the alphabet. So let's go to the alphabet. Okay, so, what page number is that? Página número. Oh, it's 16 Roman. It's the X, V, I, the alphabet. Are we all there? Okay, perfect. So let's go with the alphabet. After me, please. Say A, B, C, Ch. D, E, F. And I'm going to say these two twice. This one would be G. G. Okay. And this one is H. H. Could you give me G and H at the count of three? Uno, dos, tres. Perfecto. And E, no problem. Could you say E? And this one, could you say J? Could we please say G, H, and J in a row? So we'll say G, H, J. Count of three. Could you please say those three? Uno, dos, tres. J. Perfecto. And then we have K, L, E. K, L, E. But since I was talking about Argentina and Uruguay, they have a very distinctive sound for the double L or for the Y. So if you could put in your or even in the handouts that you have with those sounds and all that, could you please put for the double L, put the word doble. So whenever you have a double letter, just say doble. So in this case, for double L, you would say doble L. Could we all say that? Uno, dos, tres. So go with the two sounds when you're doing your alphabet. You'll go E, and then doble L. Just to make it solid, because sometimes those accents will really confuse you, because this could be ella, could be ella, or could be esche. In Uruguay, they say me llamo, yo me llamo. Is that sha? So that will confuse you. Now you have the double L. How do you say double? If M is M, how do you say double M? Double M. What if your name had a double S? Oh, we are not there yet. But what if your name had a double A? Double A. What if your name had double E? Correct. Correcto. Okay. In one shot, could we go from A to M? And please, when you get to ella, say ella double L. And then you say M. Count to three, let's start with A. Uno, dos, tres, go. C, Ch, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, Y, double L, M. Okay, and here, and this is what we would make it in terms of difference. Is it B larga o B corta, B larga o B corta? Like, is it the long B or the short B? That's what we say. B larga, B corta, B larga, B corta. Okay. Can we go to the second column here? Could you say N? Perfecto. O-P. Q. Let's put it together, those five letters. Count to three, we start with N. Uno, dos, tres. And now, single R and double R. And I think I gave you that little tip. Ere, little tap. Ere. And then for the double R, and a trick was I'm doing it that way because when you say L, there's no friction, but the tip of your tongue has to touch the upper palate, and then you put friction. The sound has to come from your upper palate, not from your throat. Let's try it. Uno, dos, tres. R. Single R. R. Double R. R. Continue, please. S. T. U. V corta. W. Or W. Then X. Then Y or Y. Y is Greek, I, and then Z. Okay, let's do the whole alphabet. At the count of three. Uno, let's go. A, B, C, H, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, Y, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V corta, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so let's show off our alphabet. Remember when at the beginning we were saying our names? Okay. And I put it here. Hola, yo soy Jorge. And then you looked at me. Huh? And then, se escribe. So that would be the equivalent of, oh, you write it. Se escribe. Se escribe. And then I'll go se escribe. J, O, R, G, E. Oh, Jorge. Jorge. Could you please spell your names, find the letters in the alphabet, and be ready to say, hola, yo soy. You say your beautiful name, and then you spell your name. If you're ready, could you say, listo, for a male?
Listo.
And lista for a female, which is ready. I'm ready, Jorge. Hit me. Okay, señor.
Yo soy Dean, se escribe de, no, de, a, n.
Kathy, what do you think? I think we heard like like
It sounded good.
no, let's try it again. Let's try it again, Dean. Perfecto. That's so beautiful. D-E-A-N. ¿Correcto? ¿Sí?
Sí.
Es excelente. Muy bien. ¿Quién más? Who's next? Excelente. Excelente. Muy bien. Who's next? Okay. ¿Sí? Excelente. Excelente. Next at the back. Excelente, Tamara. Sí. ¿Correcto? Muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. And we'll expand our horizons here by saying, ella es, ella es, ella es, ella es. Do we know her name? Okay, so you're on the spot now. You see what happened while you were away? She was sweating like because she was like she had to spell your name and she was not ready, but perfecto. Muy bien. Let's check if she does such a good job as you did. Okay. Introduce your name and spell it in front of all these people here. Go for it. And you say this, you say se escribe. You spell it, yeah. Excelente. Muy bien, muy bien. Okay, so that was like getting to know the alphabet. Okay, and spelling your names. Now, with what we've been learning so far, could we go? Let's go with greetings, just for pronunciation purposes. Could we all say hola? Uno, dos, tres.
Hola.
Could we say buenos días? Buenas tardes. Buenas noches. Now, you're using the word good, good, good 3 times. But the first one, you're saying buenos, and then the second buenas, and then the third buenas. How come? Masculine and feminine. Outstanding. Okay. So, me llamo Susana. Me llamo Susana. Could we all be Susana? Uno, dos, tres. ¿Cómo se llama usted? Muy bien. This is very polite. Very polite. Okay. So could you please add this one here? Upside down question mark. And then, ¿cómo te llamas? And we are going to be a little bit redundant. ¿Cómo te llamas tú? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? And this is our familiar. What is your name but familiar? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Okay. Could we try it? Uno, dos, tres. ¿Cómo te? Muy bien. ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Once again, uno, dos, tres. Beautiful. And this is the equivalent. This is the informal to this one here. ¿Cómo cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama usted? It's the same thing, but the first one is formal. First one is formal. ¿Cómo se llama usted? Like, I'm very formal with you, Kathy. ¿Cómo se llama usted? But then with Layla, we're buddies. So, hey, ¿cómo te llamas tú? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Okay, could we try?
We're in restaurants, we can be by formal, like.
Formal is this, Kathy.
Like
And
something you don't know.
correct. But then you don't know the person. Most of the time, if the person is your own age or older, I would go with the formal. Okay. Chances are that the person will say, "Oh, don't be that formal. You can treat me with tú." At that point, but highly recommended. At that point, go with the formal, and absolutely formal in any situation where the other person has any kind of degree of power. Like, even if that person will get your boarding pass. Exactly. Always go with formal with them. Always. Okay. So that would be the explanation, Kathy. Okay. So having said that, let's go with the formal. ¿Cómo se llama usted? Uno, dos, tres. And now let's go with the casual. ¿Cómo te llamas? Uno, dos, tres. ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Muy bien. Try it with your neighbor there. Use either the formal or the informal. You choose, and then you'll go. The answer. You'll go with me llamo. You'll say, and here one thing. As soon as you say me llamo, just go with your name. Don't go with me llamo es. And I explain that next class, but for now, don't put me llamo es, because that is a different pattern. Just say me llamo, your name, and then you'll spell it, because you're good at it now. Okay, try it. You choose. And then, Kathy, you'll say se escribe. Muy bien, Kathy. Now, ask her, and what's your name?
Yes, escribe D
Beautiful question. In this case, it'll be the same for male or female. Here, there's no gender difference, because here is where we are conjugating a verb. And in this case, whenever you're saying like I perform the action, it'll always be the O ending for male or female. So I will say, me llamo, and you will say me llamo, and Kathy will say me llamo, Dean will say me llamo. So we'll all say me llamo, and that's like solid. Okay.
And so it goes llamas when I'm asking you to do so.
Correcto. And you know what it is back here is in one class we're going to conjugate verbs. And conjugating verbs, basically, just to give you an idea, remember when we were doing the personal pronouns, we put them together there. Yo, tú, usted, ella, él, and then right here. So just to give you an idea, remember when you said I love, and we ended up amo, that came from this. The verb to love is, oops, that's not the verb. The verb to love is amar. Amar is the equivalent of this to love, right? But now, when we conjugate the verb is when we make the verb functional, rather than say I to love, she to love, we to love. Oh no, that's not the way it should be. So show me the way. Oh, you should say I love, she loves, we love. So then you got rid of that too, right? And then you added I love, you love, etc. On the same token, in Spanish, that preposition to would be the same equivalent of this ending AR. Okay, so you would get rid of that, and guess what? You would just use this part of the verb, which we call it the stem of the verb. So I would put it here. I would put it here. I'm using only the stem for all conjugation here. So I'm putting and then I'm putting and then guess what? You learn that depending on the personal pronoun, these are all personal pronouns here, you will have an ending. So the yo, the ending is o. Yo amo. The ending for tú is es. Tú amas. The ending for usted is a. Usted ama. The ending for ella is a. Ella ama. The ending for él is a. Él ama. Okay. When
So in the thing here, you just have amo, not.
and
Amo.
beautiful. And this yo becomes like this. It's optional. Why? Because if you look at the rest of them, there's no other combination that will have the ending O. It's very common that we would drop the yo for all this. You see, for example, let's go with another verb. What if I gave you the verb estudiar? What if I said to you, estudiar means to study? Now, would you know how to say I study? This is what you did. You got rid of the AR. Boom, 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 boom. This is your new stem. And you know the endings already. And you all said, yo, and I'll put it here, is to D. That's the stem. So once again, how we say I study? That's right, yo estudio. And how we say you study? You got the idea very well. Tú estudias. And I call them the three amigos because they all have the same ending. Okay, so how we say, you study formal. Tú estudias. And she studies. Pardon me. Usted estudia. Pardon me there. Usted estudia. And then ella estudia. And give me one more. How will you say he studies? Él estudia. And here is where it gets really fun, because then you're going to be very, very solid with your message. Because in your textbook, you have dozens of verbs, but now we're building patterns. Okay, for example, what if I want to say this very functional verb right here? Necesitar. What do you think necesitar is? Right? It's necessary or to need, right? Now, what if I did this? Boom, 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 boom. What if I want to say, I need? Exacto, exacto. So, and I'll put it here. And what if I wanted to say, I need, I need a good potato. And look what I'll do. I'll put it here. Yo yo necesito, and then go with a good potato. Una papa buena. I need good food. I need very good food. Muy buena, because now look how versatile then you'll become. Um, I need tacos, and she needs enchiladas. Now we are getting a little bit more sophisticated. Yo necesito tacos. Ella what? Necesita. Now, what's happening with in your question? This is what you're using. Llamar is to call. Remember, that was in class 1. I put this on the board. I said, there's 3 ways of introducing yourself. One is, yo soy. The other one is, mi nombre es, which is the literal one. And number 3 is, yo me llamo, and I put it in bracket. What you're saying here, you're saying, I call myself. But this one is, I call, yo llamo. And then, how we say you call? Following this. I call, how we say you call? Bingo, Buck. Tú llamas, right? Tú llamas. And now that is making sense when you say, oh, ¿cómo te llamas? You see these llamas? Is the conjugation of the verb. So what if I want to say, oh, what is her name? So in other words, uh, how does she call herself? So that would be como. I'm putting it in the wrong place. Como, and now this se requires more explanation. But then, what was the conjugation for she, for AR verbs? Oh, you and your memory, Kathy, is impressive. ¿Cómo se llama? And then I would put at the end she. Perfect. Look at you. ¿Cómo se llama ella? How would you ask the question? Hey, what is his name? El. Bingo. So in that case, answering your question. So in this case, you're not dealing with masculine, feminine anymore. What you're doing, you're conjugating verbs, and you did it so efficiently. Okay, and there's a whole section where we're going to be learning all that. Okay, now the beauty of what we've been doing. Remember that we learned that we know that there are masculine words and feminine words. And our first rule of thumb was if a word ends in O, it's a masculine word. Ends in A, feminine. There are exceptions, but look at this. Now, could we go with all that vocabulary, the two columns? At the count of three, we start with el amigo, and then we finish with el hermano. Uno, dos, tres, go. El hermano, beautiful. With what we learned with verb conjugation. Remember when I said, oh, if I love a person, I need to add that little word a, right? Now, from this column, how will you say, I love my friend? Yo amo a mi amigo. How will you say, I love my brother? A mi hermano. Domesticated animals or pets fall into human beings. They are part of the family. How will you say, oh, I love my cat? Amo a mi gato. All the other ones, you would not put a, but now, did we learn how to say I need? Now, would you know with this vocabulary how to say I need the bathroom? Correcto. You're running out of money. I need the bank. Necesito el banco. Now, let's go to the second column. Could you please go from el libro to el vino? Ooh, count to three. Uno, dos, tres. Okay. I'll challenge you here. Your friend is having a very nice cup of, like, glass of wine. And you're saying, I need my friend's wine. We already know how to say I need. Outstanding, Buck. Yo necesito, and now we want to say, I'm pushing it, eh? I need my friend's wine. What was the requirement? Correcto, because that's we're not talking about your friend. No, forget about your friend. I'm talking about the wine of my friend. Beautiful. Go again. Yo necesito el vino de mi amigo. Dean, you're on the spot.
It sounds good in my.
I love his line. It sounds good in my head.
El vino de amigo.
Perfecto. Yo necesito el vino de mi amigo. De mi amigo. Okay. Now, what if I want to say, I need the book. I need my friend's book. And you already have the word book there.
Necesito el vino de mi amigo.
Perfecto, perfecto. How about this? I don't need your book. I need my friend's book. What did I say about negative? You simply put the word no.
No, necesito.
Right. You put the word no in front of the conjugated verb. So you already know how to say I need, which is perfecto, yo necesito. Now, in English, you need those auxiliary verbs to say I do not. The do, don't try to translate it in Spanish because we don't have those auxiliaries in Spanish. We simply put the word no in front of the conjugated verb. Kathy, right on. Yo no necesito. And we learn how to say she needs with that a ending. Ella necesita. Let's go back. You said, yo necesito, and this is what we were discussing. The O, since yo is the only possible combination, sometimes we drop it. Not all the time, because it's up to you. Because if you want to emphasize, I don't know about you, but I need the book. In that case, I wouldn't drop it. Yo necesito, it's intention, right? So in this case, you already know that for yo is O. For she is I. So check it out. Yo no necesito, pero, which is but, B-U-T, pero ella necesita. Are you with me there? You're saying, I don't need, but she needs. Okay, so let's try it. Yo necesito, uno, dos, tres.
Yo necesito.
Yo no necesito. Pero ella necesita. Now, let's pick let's pick anything from this vocabulary here and say that. Say, I don't need the something, but she needs the something. Who would like to start? Go for it.
No necesito.
Pick something. Right. But she needs.
Ella necesita.
Outstanding. Now, when you're doing that, there's no misunderstanding. The person will get the message right away, rather than say, necesitar, yo necesitar, she, no. I really need you to be like versatile that way. Like you conjugate verbs and then you start enhancing your vocabulary there. Let's move to these ones here. Many masculine nouns do not end in O. Therefore, it's necessary to learn each noun with its article. So that's why it was very important from day one to add the word el or la or los, las. Okay, let's practice that. Could you please go with the first column? Uno, dos, tres. Beautiful. Next. El hospital, el hotel, el tomate, el tren. I need the coffee now. And now is Ahora. A-H-O-R-A. Ahora. Ahora. Yeah, no, I'll write it down. Ahora. 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 And I'll put it in bracket there. In places like Mexico, they say ahorita. 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 And that means now. I need my coffee now. Okay. Ahora. Ahorita. And that means now. So let's do it. I need my coffee now. But in this case, it's my coffee. Now. That's right. That's right. Now, we'll go. I need my coffee now, and Dean needs his wine now. And in this case, whenever you want to say his or her, like literally, when you want to say his or her, is the same word, which is su, su, su. Okay, so let's try. I need my coffee now, and Dean needs his wine. Muy bien, necesita. Because necesito is for yo, right? The O. And for the three amigos, for usted, ella, él, is a. Okay. Y Dean necesita su vino. Okay. I don't need my coffee now. I need my wine now. Whoa. Come on. This is serious Spanish. Correcto. Pero my wine. Kathy, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is what I'm talking about in terms of we are building patterns. And now we are enhancing all those patterns with all this wonderful knowledge with all these words. All these words here end in a, therefore they are all feminine. Okay, so get ready, and get familiar with all those words. At the count of three, could you start with la amiga and finish with la iglesia? Uno, dos, tres. La hermana, la iglesia. Next. La lámpara, la mesa, la muchacha, la niña, la persona, la planta, la silla, la tienda, la ventana. Okay. Now, blusa, we have it right there, right? In English, you say white blouse. But in Spanish, the order of the descriptive word is different. So it's almost saying blouse white. Okay. What if you needed, what if you were looking for your white blouse? I need my white blouse. How would you say that? Correcto. And then Buck brings you like a red blouse. Could you believe that, Tamara? Come on, come on. So, and you'll say, no, no, no. I don't need the red blouse. I need, and with that intention, I need my white blouse back. Pero, yo necesito. Beautiful. Now, I hope you don't mind me doing it this way, like because what I'm doing, I'm taking stuff that is ahead of the game, but I'm putting it here in order to make all this vocabulary more functional. Okay, so what I'd like you to do for next class, because I love the way you're communicating now. Okay, next class, and I'll put it in my notes. We're going to start watching a guided kind of soap opera thing. Okay, and when you go to YouTube, okay, you'll find this series, which is excellent in order to start really getting into communication with what we've been learning. It's called El Cuarto Misterioso, and we'll cover at least 3 episodes. Okay, so you'll go El Cuarto Misterioso, episodio 1. Okay, and with subtitles. Okay, so what we'll do.
Welcome to Adapted Mind, the Monster Math Academy. Your child can make their very own monster número uno.
Okay, what we'll do, like all the little things that we've been learning, we're going to make it very functional.
Aquí está México. La capital es la Ciudad de México.
So far, we're fine, right? So what do we understand? So the capital is the city of Mexico, right? And before it was aquí está México. What was that? Aquí, right here, right? Here is Mexico. And then what I want you to do, watch this episode 1, because there are 5 characters. 2 characters from Mexico, 2 characters from Spain, and there's the uncle. Okay, it's a very easy episode, because it's mainly what we've been doing in terms of salutation and introducing yourselves, etc. And we're going to start using what we'd be learning in terms of, okay, so describe the characters. Tell me what's happening here. And then we're going to apply that to how could I use that in my traveling experiences? Because like the language is the same. So what changes is the kind of vocabulary that you're adding. And that's what we are doing with the textbook. Okay, so what I'll do, together with this video, I'm going to send you the transcript of the whole episode. Okay, but make the effort of going through that, like, oh, I understand all this, I don't understand all this. And then next class, we're going to discuss and we're going to work with the transcript, because then we're going to put together a little questionnaire. And then I'll go back and forth. I'll go, who's this person? Oh, this person is Jose, and this other, oh, is the uncle. And what is Jose? Oh, Jose is working on a project, blah, blah, blah. You'll be talking like that. And then that will be transferring it to real situations. And then with your wonderful help, we'll be able to put together a video and send it to you if you're missing your class. That was your class for tonight. Thank you back again. We'll love you.